Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Last week in May, yesterday here in the US, it was a national holiday, Memorial Day, where we um, take a day off to remember those who have sacrificed for the freedoms that we enjoy here in the United States. And so, if you live in the United States, I hope that you had a nice, long, relaxing weekend, and I hope you did take time out to remember the fallen and apologize for my sinus issues. I don't know if it's the time of year or something in the air that's bothering me, but it kind of comes and goes. But anyway, I want to talk about the number one objection that as a virtual assistant I hear from people, and that is, as far as when it comes to hiring help. And that is that I'm not sure I did that right, but the number one complaint, the number one objection is that you can't afford it. And I will tell you that this is something I used to say to myself. I mean, I have a team of 3 subcontractors who help me keep up with the workload, and I'll tell you, it took me a few years before I finally made that first hire. And it was the best move I ever made. And it frees up your time to focus on what you need to be focused on. And that is what brings in money for you. Now, it's not to say that there isn't some truth to not being able to afford it, okay? Especially if you're just starting out. But here are some things you need to think about, okay? One, I would say when it comes to, growing your business, you can't afford not to get help. Now, that doesn't mean you need to outsource everything that's on your plate other than, what you're good at. It just means you need to take a good, long, hard look at what can you outsource. You can start small. You don't have to hire a full-time employee or hire a subcontractor who you will keep busy 40 hours a week. It doesn't work like that. Like most of my clients, when they sign on, they purchase 5 hours at a time. They don't even purchase 10 or 20 hours. Some do, but most, they start out with 5 hours and, it quickly grows from there. So what I would encourage you to do is make a list of the things in your business that you absolutely hate doing, whether it's bookkeeping, whether it's graphic design, whether, graphic design. I mean, I think we all know we're talking about Canva here. So a true graphic designer is usually not using Canva. So, excuse me. So make a list of those things: social media, writing content, following up with prospects. I mean, just, make a list of those things, whatever they are, and put them in order. This is the number one thing I hate doing. This is the number 2 thing I hate doing. This is the number 3 thing I hate doing. And from there, okay, so the number 1 thing you hate doing, let's say it's bookkeeping, okay? I'm not a bookkeeper, so don't contact me. I'm not who you want managing your books. But look at that and take a look at your budget and say, how much can I afford to pay every month for a bookkeeper? Okay. Now, I would also not allow that to don't get that number just ingrained in your brain that that's all you can afford. Okay. But then start reaching out to fellow business owners. Ask them if they have any recommendations for a And start having those conversations with those bookkeepers. Now, just because someone recommends a bookkeeper to you doesn't mean that they're going to be a perfect fit for you. Okay. So that's why you want to have more than one conversation. But you start there. Find out what exactly are they, if you hired them, what are they going to do? And then find out how much that costs for them to do it. They're all gonna charge differently. So that's why you want to have more than one conversation, and just keep a list of that. This one says they do this, this, and this, and for this much. This one says they do this, this, and this, and for this much, and so on and so forth. And then you could even say, okay, if I had you do half of that, how much would that cost? And maybe they will say to you, well, I can't do this without doing this. It's all important, right? So anyway, I just encouraging you to start somewhere, to start with making that list of things you hate to do in your business and determining, okay, how can I get this off my plate? Who can I talk to and find out? And that's what I'm saying too about, you might talk to someone and you might really like them and you really think you'll work well with them, but maybe they're a little bit more money than what you are willing to spend. Excuse me. I would encourage you to hire them anyway. And you'll be amazed at how it will just open up. It's one less thing you're doing in your business. You have time to focus on other things, focus on the things that make you money. And that's just going to help you be able to pay for it that much more. So anyway, that is my spiel for today. I hope that this has been helpful to someone. I hope it's encouraged you. And if you need someone to help you with, if you need someone to help you with getting stuff off your plate, like I said, I'm not a bookkeeper, but maybe there's some other things you want to get off your plate, feel free to leave a comment. You can send me a private message. I'm happy to talk with you to see, if we'd be a good fit and if there's anything that I could take off your plate for you. And that's it. So I hope everyone has a great day, and we will talk again soon.